Okay, so in the last video, we installed this Motorcraft 2100 on my 1983 CJ5. At the end of the video, as you saw, it didn't start. Now, this is like the next day. Actually, it's the day after the next day. This is 2 days later. I did get the Jeep to start, and you will see footage of it here in just a minute. I'll include it. However, the footage that I won't include is the footage where I tried to videotape what I did to get it to start, and the camera moved and I ended up taking video of nothing. So what we ended up and did is I pulled 3 of the spark plugs out. Well, what ended up happening is the previous carburetor had a crack around where the power valve sits, and it was dumping fuel, or threads in, it was dumping fuel into the manifold of the carburetor, causing an extremely rich condition. And then once you shut the engine down, basically the entire float bowl just drained into the intake manifold. So what we ended up doing, or what we ended up having, was the spark plugs were fouled. Essentially, I had to change the oil in the engine, and then before I even installed the new carburetor, and then the spark plugs were fouled out. So I pulled out 3 of the spark plugs, took a piece of sandpaper to the electrode, threw them back in, fired right up. Ran rough, but fired right up. So I'm going to pull one of these spark plugs out real fast and show you what I did to it. Then I'll show you the video of it running from day before yesterday. And then we're going to start shooting a new video on doing a tune-up and tuning the new carburetor with a vacuum gauge. Alright. Okay, so what you see here is the number 5 spark plug. This is after the engine is ran that I pulled this out, but you can see just how black and fouled it was. The strap has cleaned itself off since it started firing and has run for about an hour now afterwards. So the plugs have dried out a little bit. But you can tell from the soot on the back of that plug just how fouled it was right there. So essentially, what I ended up doing, and I do not condone this behavior for anything that you really care about, I pulled through this. Essentially what I did is I took some sandpaper and kind of like filing points with emery cloth. I cleaned up the strap with the sandpaper and the end of the electrode. So then, just to burn any extra fuel off, I took a little bit of starting fluid. Just a little bit. Spritzed on the end of the plug there. Blow on it so it dissipates. Then just burned it off. Just like that. Just enough so you can't smell fuel on it anymore. Then I put those 3 spark plugs back in the holes that they came out of, and we fired it up, and you will see that footage now. Alright, so we got those 3 spark plugs put back in there. Don't know if that did much anything. We're going to give her a shot again. Battery's starting to die, so.
Already started open, and we're starting to get a little bit warm. So that seems to be appropriate. Now we're going to throw the throttle open and see if it disconnects. Still there, okay. There's a screw right back here on the bottom. But what we're going to do is we're going to go and enter our tach and see what our cold idle is sitting at. I want it between 1,000 and 1,500 RPM to start. Really, I prefer it about 1,500. So we're sitting a little bit high, so we're going to have to adjust that down some. Now you have to adjust that when it's cold. You cannot adjust that when it's hot. So I will show you how to adjust